And next we have Cooper Austin as well as Caleb Hirsch, who are both Gen Zers, students at Davison High School who participated in NSS this past year.
Well, when WKAR reached out to us and Nova reached out to us, it was a no-brainer. We had to get into this. I mean, these kids were going to be telling big, huge stories that matter, and they were going to be out in the community. We're going to be working with professionals at Nova, WKAR. They're going to be coming to our school, and we're going to get the kids out of the classroom and get into the real stuff. You know, talking to scientists, talking to people who are working in their community to figure out this climate change problems. And so, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Anytime you can get kids out and see things that are real and in the real world, it just makes so much of a difference. Like just being here today, like this makes a huge difference for any kind of kid.
So like a lot of our generation, I'm very interested in politics. I think that's one of Gen Z's best qualities. And with politics, it involves a lot of climate change. We might have to depend on our government to take down the climate emergency. In this NOVA project, it completely highlights the government's role in helping stop climate change. And it was an amazing opportunity for us as students to show that.
As soon as Randy kind of threw out the idea and started brainstorming the idea, I was the first one in the class that he kind of looked towards, and he was like, this is gonna be your thing. I remember him exactly saying, you better be okay with this because you're gonna be kind of leading it. And I immediately I got completely involved with all the videos, with all of the shoots and everything. I was always down. I was missing school a ton, which wasn't great, but it was amazing to go out and get in the real world of what I wanted to do. I mean, this is what I want to do as a job. I want to put these stories out there, and the fact that I, as a high schooler, am able to go to these places, meet the big guys, and just be part of the conversation and put out the stories that I care about, the stories that I want to tell others about, and it was just amazing. I don't know, as soon as I heard the idea, I was on board.
Oh man, there's so many great impacts from this. First of all, the skills that the Nova Science Studio people at WKR gave to the kids. They taught them how to find good, reliable information, how to recognize good news sources, how to set up interviews. I mean, and then the camera skills, all that stuff. And they gave them the platform to tell their stories. That was the coolest part about it. And then the fact that these stories actually matter, right? They're not just doing a typical high school story. They're out there doing stuff that's going to make a difference in the world. I think that was the biggest part. And Ralph, what you said about having the patience to share the power, they really did that. They empowered these kids to give story ideas, to come up with their stuff, and then they would give them guidelines. Okay, this is a better way to write that, maybe with the script. But the kids were able to put their thoughts first and forward, and then learn a more refined way to do it. And I thought that was a fantastic way to connect with them.
Just simply respecting our diversity as Gen Zers. We are so diverse in gender, sexual orientation, and race. When we come together and be open-minded, that is when we're able to unite and make change together. So I think that's one main takeaway that we need to make sure that other generations understand about us.
I just wanted to say, we want to be related to, we want to be heard, we want to be part of the conversation. If we are never invited to the conversation or included, then we're not going to be able to get our ideas, our experiences out there until way later, and then we're going to do the exact same as the older generations and just lock down from other different people and different types of backgrounds and stuff like that. And other generations, we won't be able to talk to them. So we need older generations to lead by example and go, hey, what's your opinion on this matter? Just include us, because once you do, you hear some very diverse, very interesting, very new opinions on a topic that I think could really influence the future going forward.
Thank you so much.
I think the most important thing that you guys can do in this room is help equip them with the right information, okay? So a lot of misinformation out there, especially where they do all their social media, where they're at. We got to get good information to them, reliable information to them, and then we got to empower them to make their own decisions and trust them to do that, and then get out of the way.